Welcome to Actuate Water Faucet, an innovative blockchain faucet dedicated to revolutionizing water management in communities, especially in northeastern Kenya. By leveraging blockchain technology, Actuate Water ensures fair access to clean and reliable water sources. This initiative not only empowers economic prosperity and educational advancement, but also contributes to reduced crime rates. Our project incorporates a 3-day creative training program for community development workers. These workers will educate households about transformative change, what we call metanoia. This process involves envisioning the future they desire, understanding their current conditions, and mapping out how to achieve that future. Within the Actuate Water Faucet, we offer an innovative 8-week learning program. This hybrid program combines online and physical meetings, catering to diverse learning preferences and schedules. Participants actively engage in these sessions and earn tokens as incentives for their contributions. These tokens serve a dual purpose. They not only reward individual participation but also empower community development workers. With these tokens, workers can train households within their communities, amplifying the program's impact far beyond the immediate participants. This creates a cycle of empowerment and knowledge sharing, enhancing community resilience and well-being. Our solution facilitates economic activities like agriculture and small-scale businesses. It also alleviates the burden on children, particularly girls, who often miss school to fetch water from distant sources. Through Actuate Water's faucet, communities unlock their economic potential, promote sustainable growth, and foster a brighter future for all. Join us in transforming lives with Actuate Water. Together, we can build a sustainable and prosperous future. Welcome to Actuate Water Faucet, an innovative blockchain faucet dedicated to revolutionizing water management in communities, especially in northeastern Kenya. By leveraging blockchain technology, Actuate Water ensures fair access to clean and reliable water sources. This initiative not only empowers economic prosperity and educational advancement, but also contributes to reduced crime rates. Our project incorporates a 3-day creative training program for community development workers. These workers will educate households about transformative change, what we call metanoia. This process involves envisioning the future they desire, understanding their current conditions, and mapping out how to achieve that future. Within the Actuate Water Faucet, we offer an innovative 8-week learning program. This hybrid program combines online and physical meetings, catering to diverse learning preferences and schedules. Participants actively engage in these sessions and
Okay, thank you very much, Frida, for reminding us about Actuate Water. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to session 4 of the Actuate Water program for cohort 3. And it's always exciting to see how far we've come in terms of exploring innovative ways to use blockchain and technology to improve water sustainability and water management in terms of water harvesting and how that can be able to be done. Your dedication and contributions continue to drive this project or initiative forward, and your dedication to attending each and every session we have every Saturday is not taken for granted. This is the Actuate Learn to Earn program, and today we are honored to have a distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Omami Wabala, who is joining us. Omami is a multifaceted leader and a change maker, a founder of Vibes, which he's going to tell us how it's pronounced, and he's an engagement enthusiast and an information scientist, as well as a talented acquisition expert and a techrepreneur. And his wealth of experience and passion for creating meaningful impact are evident in everything he does. So in today's session, Omami will share insights about his incredible work, and he will give us a deep dive into what normally happens at his foundation and how it aligns with our mission to make a difference in the community. So I want each one of us to extend a warm welcome to our guest speaker, Omami Wabala, and prepare, to be inspired, and to learn from his expertise. And now, before I invite our guest speaker, I want to recognize the presence of our CEO, Dr. Macharia. Daktari, thank you very much for making time to join our sessions. And now over to you, Omami. You're welcome to give us your presentation or tell us what you do at your organization. Karibu.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello.
Hello, team. It's really great to be with you this evening. I know you're having a difficult time pronouncing the company's name. It's Verbise. And most of the people usually find it difficult to pronounce it. So Verbise, basically, we are a technology company. We're in the digital space, and we endeavor to revolutionize the technology world through the different technologies. That is, we are building technologies in different industries. So we are targeting health, we are targeting agriculture, we are targeting music and events. So it's cutting across several sectors. So basically, we delved into this realm, knowing that right now technology is a key factor in most of the industries. And how are we going to leverage this? Probably maybe I can just share a brief history of how information, the revolution of information. So information basically spans from oral traditions where knowledge was passed through stories and rituals to written records that revolutionized storage and transmission. So the invention of print press democratized knowledge, while technology like the telegraph and telephone enabled instant communication over vast distances. So the digital age, basically marked by computers and the internet, transformed how information is created, shared, and accessed globally. So in today's world, big data, AI are reshaping information processing and interaction, with opportunities for innovation and challenges like misinformation and privacy concerns, which are really prevalent currently. So as technology advances, information remains central to human progress and connection. So basically, at Verbise, we are on the early stages, but you are gaining a lot of traction. We currently did engage in a global challenge, which was being backed up by Ashoka and HSBC, which is one of it's the 9th largest financial institution in the world, which backed a challenge which basically the challenge was all about fostering intergenerational collaboration. So they were looking for projects around the world which are targeting that particular topic. So we basically delved into the challenge bravely. We have 450 applicants around the world, of which we moved to semifinals, which were 56 applicants, then finally 24 applicants to the finals, of which from the 24, they just wanted 12. And it's great to say that we managed to emerge as the winners in that round. So they selected 12 across the world, and we are proudly to say that we represented Kenya, because we are the only project from Kenya which was selected. So you can actually go and check it out. It's called Mtaa Farm. That is MTAAH, then space farm. I don't know. Did you get that right from your end?
Yes.
Mtaa Farm. So you can just search it out and maybe just get to know what the project's all about. So that's a project which it's basically an agri-tech solution, which we are getting into the agriculture industry, and how we going to create an e-commerce platform to create a visibility for the agricultural industry. Now, and how are we going to plug this in a sense that older generation will pass their knowledge and know-how to technology to a younger generation, which this younger generation will take up that expertise and use technology through production, marketing, and sales, fostering through digital technology. So basically, that's just a brief of what our company is all about. And I'm really delighted that you gave me this session just to engage with your team. So thank you, Barbara, very much. Maybe you can just shoot maybe questions if you're having, or any insights that you're taking from this.
Okay, thank you very much, Omami, for sharing with us what you do at, you said it's Vabayas.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome our CEO, Dr. Masharia, to give a few remarks. And maybe if anyone has a question, you can also type it in the chat box. Dr. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Barbara. And thank you, Mr. Momani. Is that? I want to make sure.
It's Omami.
Omami. Omami,
Yes.
So Omami. So yeah, thank you for sharing, coming here to share with us your story. By the way, this video is also going through YouTube, so it's live on YouTube. And for those people who maybe even later, because YouTube is going to keep it there forever and ever till YouTube will leave. Okay, so question number one, the name of the company. I didn't get that. How do you spell that? VIB.
It's Vibes, but you can use your own gist into it. But basically, it's Vibes. Vibes, yes.
And you spell it like a VABI?
That's VIRBYZE.
Oh, VIRBYZE. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I would like to pronounce that well, but I think that depends on your on the tongue, the mother tongue. It's good. So you get a lot of different pronunciation.
Yeah, sure.
And congratulations for, first of all, thank you for bringing Kenya to all that global planetary competition. To the HBSC.
It's a milestone. It's a milestone, and we are really proud of it.
That is Hong Kong Bank. The HBC is an Asian bank. So
yes, it's they're having their main station in London, UK.
Yes.
But basically, it covers that territory.
Yeah, and it's the Bank of Hong Kong, of course. London is this. You could say the headquarters for all banks. So HBSC. All right. So
yes.
Yeah, I'm interested so much about this e-commerce. You said Mtaa Farm. How precisely does it work? Is it an application, a mobile application, an internet website, a web application?
Yeah, so it's both web. It's both web and a mobile app. So basically, it acts more like the e-commerce platform that you've interacted with, but we've targeted it for the farmers and those in the agricultural space.
Yes.
But that is just an open door for other industries, because it's interconnected with other industries. So once the farmers they get into through the agritech platform, we'll be able to see other connected modules, which opens a door to other industries.
Can you give me an idea from a farmer, for example, say in Laikipia, Kenya? How do I, if I'm a farmer in Laikipia, Kenya, a small scale farmer, how do I get there to say, what do I do when I get there on the platform?
You get to the website. You just Google, use your browser.
Yeah.
Type Mtaa Farm. That is Mtaa, MTAAH. Make sure the H is there. Space Farm.
Yeah.
Then you can, the website, you can see all the details there, but you're having the mobile app version of it to the bottom. When you scroll down to the bottom, there's a download app there. So when you download the app, you can be able to just add it to your home screen. Then now on the menu section on the app, you go to the about you section. So under the about you section, there's a post ad. So it will give you a form for the farmer, which will just ask you for the demographics. about your details, where you're located, the pricing of your products, basically just the essentials, so that once you post,
Mhm.
it goes live. It goes live to the website and to the app.
So the products, for example, if because a farm in a village has got so many products, it's got chicken, eggs, oranges.
Yes.
So can I list different products, or I can list only one product, or how does it work?
You can list different. You can list different of them,
Mhm.
but obviously one at a time,
Yes.
and with their pricing. So you basically just categorize them so that when it gets to the platform, when a buyer or the marketplace, they obviously search according to categories. Maybe you want vegetables, then you narrow down to tomatoes, something like that, and the prices and the country, basically country and location. So all the demographics should be included there
But
to
this
make it easier for the buyer.
it would require me to have a smartphone, is it?
Yeah, currently, yes. We are working on the USSD code so that enables the Mulika Mwizi guys who are having those kind of phones. So that we just, at the end of the day, we'll integrate the two so that it makes it easier for both. But yet again, we're trying to partner with telcos for them to give this the ones who cannot afford the smartphones, maybe on a credit term.
Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, telecoms, so like Xfinity, what do you call it? Those people sell the devices, the smartphone devices, like Huawei. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Copper style.
Okay, so they can, yeah, and are you making any inroads with such companies? Huawei,
Not yet. But
Samsung?
it's on our strategy, on a 2025 strategy plan.
To get in plan with the cell phone companies.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
the other companies are now provide the data, like Safaricom,
Yes.
because people have to be connected. Now, a question is that even on smartphones, as people are listing these products, can they upload photos? Photos, like take a photo of your chicken to show people how.
Yes. There's that feature which you post your product, how it visually appears. Obviously, yeah. So just the same way the social media platforms work. When you post a picture, it has to go live. So basically, same concept.
Okay, and then they have to input a price, like how much money you want. Somebody wants, I want for this ticket.
Yes, the price, the currency, because now we'll be cutting across different countries. We are actually targeting the African countries for a start.
Yeah.
We've made headway. We are having several representatives from different parts of Africa. So once they post their products with their pricing and their currency, we'll be able to know this a particular product is being posted for a specific place and origin.
Okay, now that's currency, and or maybe you can switch the currency. Can it select, like if you're in Tanzania and you're ordering some product from Kenya, can it convert it into your preferred currency, like Tanzania shillings?
Currently not.
Yeah.
But now, depending on the buyer, you'll be able to see where you're buying your product from, the currency, and then you convert it to the dollar equivalent.
So it is denominated, you could say, on the dollar, so that the dollar can help to standardize the currencies.
Yes.
All right. Now the next question. Say, for example, now I'm in Nairobi and someone is in Laikipia and has got a goat. It is the Christmas season. I would like to buy that goat. How do if I can order it on the Mtaa Farm application? But how does it get it from Laikipia to Nairobi?
So we are having two options.
Yeah.
The first option is you connect with the buyer, and you handle your own logistics at,
Okay.
at your own expense. The second option, we are partnering with several logistics firms, maybe say something like a Cindy, or currently we are having the Border Association,
Yes.
of which they are having a team of their riders across the country, and
Yeah.
then obviously that network includes truck drivers. So we can arrange for logistics for you, obviously at a fee.
So I'm familiar with SETI a little bit. So SETI uses, do they have their own vehicles or they activate independent
Yeah.
vehicles?
They have their own vehicles, and I believe they have in that activation contract too. But currently, they are logistics firm. Obviously, there are others logistics firms and individual truck owners who will still plug on to our platform. Obviously, trusted ones, that is.
Okay, so the next thing for you, now that you build the application is built, is available on Android and what, even the iPhone?
No, currently we are using a different kind of technology, so it's not hosted on Google Play.
Yeah.
So it's just hosted on our website. So that's why I gave you the instruction that you go down to the website download section, and you get the app version. Currently, I know technologies are really evolving very fast, and you're having various alternatives.
Yeah, so this alternative, if I have an Android phone, for example, it is still going to work with that application.
Yes, it cuts across Android and iOS.
Even iOS, so it's independent of Android or iOS.
Yes, it cuts across all the devices.
Cuts across. Okay, that's great. Now, so now let's talk about onboarding farmers. How is that? What's the plan? What's the plan? How are you going to onboard the farmers in the communities, in the villages, for example?
So currently, I know there's obviously an unemployment crisis, basically in Africa and even in the world. So we endeavor to tackle this crisis through our solution, of which we are targeting the youth and young individuals who will come in as sales contractors. So these sales contractors will be paying them on a commission basis for a start, as we are trying to secure more funding so that we employ, we retain more of them. But currently we are having that option where we will be onboarding as many youth as possible, and yet again we'll be targeting agricultural institutions. So agricultural institutions, obviously, they already have touch with farmers. We are currently working with the University of Eldoret.
Yes.
And we're establishing partnership with them, and with the extensive network, we are leveraging on that too.
You see, extension network. I didn't hear that word. You mean extension?
Yeah, extensive network.
Agricultural extension. What do they do on the extension network?
The institution, it's an agricultural institution. So they usually they have an outreach. They have an outreach department. So this outreach, basically, what they do, they usually have workshop sessions with the farmers from time to time.
Yes.
In terms of giving them training and whatever information they get, they use that platform to transfer that knowledge to the resident farmers.
Okay, so they go from farm to farm, let's say from home to home, talking to farmers about
from the farmers. So they use their students, and extension workers to reach to the farmers. Yes.
Agriculture.
So, and apart from that, maybe just to add, we are having other organizations, non-governmental organizations that already have a network of farmers that they have worked with for quite some time. So if we can plug in with them in terms of partnering with them, and then we establish some kind of a MOU in terms
Yes.
of mutual benefit from this solution. So that is actually one of our strategy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now back to the platforms. Would it be of any benefit to say put the app on Android, the Google, what is the Google Play Store?
Yes, it could be of benefit. It could be of benefit, but depending on the technology that we used, now that means that we'll have to incorporate a different technology so that we accommodate that. But at the moment, I know at the end of the day, it's about accessibility. So if you can access either through Google Play or through the website, either way, so long as it gets the hands of the user.
Okay. Google Play is not even available for USSD phone users. Mulika Muzi.
Yeah, it's not available. So that will be leveraging on the USSD codes.
All right, that's really good. So, well, there's quite a bit of work to do in terms of onboarding the farmers throughout the nation.
Yes, and I know there's work, but now that Ashoka and HBC they've come on board, obviously they've given us a global visibility, and with that global visibility means that it comes with acceleration. Being a financial institution which is having a global influence, already they are having their networks, and they are having experts in various fields. So what they're doing, they'll give us one of their representatives who will work closely with us, just to see how best we can scale up.
So for yourself, how do you think you can use Ashoka most effectively?
Basically, in terms of knowledge, expertise, funding too, it's really key, and basically just to leverage on the mentorship and networking. So this will actually give us a lot of visibility and just to see the best strategy to employ so that we can get effectively into the market.
So Ashoka, I think you have great partner there, but then you want to make sure you understand its potential, its depth of work completely. So that's great. So I think one thing that you will benefit a lot from Ashoka itself is the market for those agricultural products, because Ashoka has, as you said, it has a huge network of users and consumers who are global level, from the United States going all the way through Europe to other African countries.
Yes.
And those people can be great customers for the products that are going to be displayed on your website, on the application.
Sure.
Yeah, because eventually, even if you display those products, you want to have buyers, people to buy them. So what Ashoka can do, and you can request them to give you access to their market for buyers. People can buy those products. There are certain products, particularly the imperishable products that people produce in the villages. Things like tea, coffee, things that can be exported, or can even be dried. Dried fruits, people can dry their fruits and put them in small packages, and then they take pictures. I know these like women groups, because I'm thinking if you're working with Ashoka, you can have groups of women, for example, in the coastal province in Kenya, who are producing coconut products, and they actually package them. They put them. They make coconut soaps. They make other products out of trees like Morubaini. So these women groups, and they have lots of products that if they are put on an international marketplace, you will see that market exploding. See, and so you could see dried fruits, dried vegetables, dried cassavas and yams, that can be exported outside. Because then the other way that Ashoka can help is the logistic, transportation. Because
Yeah.
if somebody say a group of women, say in whether they're in Kakamega or they're in Mombasa, in the coast, Kilifi,
Yeah.
and they are making these products, those products have to be airlifted from there or shipped.
Sure.
Let's say, just use the word
Sure.
shipped
Sure.
from there to their customers, to their destination place.
Sure.
And right now, the delivery system, as you said, is very, very fragmented. It's
Yes.
relying on those, say, border, or even people with lorries and transportation systems or
Mhm.
matatus.
Yes.
But that now is still very, very encumbered. But I think because Ashoka is on a global scale and it can even manage to find discounts for, say, international shipping with companies like FedEx or DHL.
Mhm.
See, if
Yes.
someone wanted to order coffee or tea, say tea from Kerisha,
Mhm.
Kerisha, these are large scale. But there are also people with small scale tea factories in the villages.
Yes.
And if so, someone lives in New York and wants to
Mhm.
order, particularly the diaspora,
Yes.
wants to order that tea from his own village.
Mhm.
Because people like to take food from their own village. They can remember home by the food.
Mhm.
That if we have a international delivery system like DHL
Mhm.
or FedEx, and you
Yes.
see a company like Ashoka now, even knowing that you're working with HBC, they are
Mhm.
going to be willing to give you space in their cargo.
Yes. Sure.
Because let me tell you, they are flying airplanes every single day. Most of this, if you look at the flights that are coming, say, from New York for cargo, for maybe 50% of the space is empty. Okay,
Yeah.
and so you want to take advantage of that. So it's like they say FedEx or say DHL is shipping things from United States to Africa,
Sure.
but Africa is not shipping anything from Africa to United States. So the return flight is empty. Okay,
Sure.
you see that? So a lot of those flights coming out, going out, leaving out of the country for shipping, they either have a lot of space, even the shipping containers that come into the coast, like Mombasa, they come with a lot of goods that are imported, whether they come from China or wherever, whichever country, or Dubai. But when they are returning to Dubai, they are empty.
They're
Why?
empty.
Because we are not shipping things out.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Mhm.
so you can see that if you are now in conversation with a shocker, but you don't have to tell them that right now. Maybe, well, you can tell them anyway. It's up to you. That
Sure.
you are thinking about that, how we can now create this global shipping partnership, because having people putting things on the website, then you don't coordinate shipping, then that's not. Now within the country, in Kenya, if you now can organize international shipping,
Mhm.
then locally you have companies like Securico, and I think that Sandy uses Securico.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sandy, Sandy, because there's an alarm, like somebody has stolen a baby.
Mhm.
It's the Amber Alert. Can you hear it? No, that's it's an Amber Alert in our apartment building. I think baby has been stolen here, kidnapped. So kidnappings. I'm in Boston, by the way. There are crazy people around here.
Sorry.
There's a police alarm saying there's a baby
Yeah.
who's been kidnapped. Okay. At least
Yeah.
that baby is not me. I'm not even a baby. Okay.
Hey, sorry. Hey,
Anyway, that was an interruption.
sorry.
So
We
that's
get
it.
it. We get it. Okay.
What you are doing is very, very important to Actuate itself,
Sure.
what we are doing here in Actuate, because we believe that farmers being able to sell what they produce is what's going to
Sure.
put money in their pocket so they can afford health services.
Yes.
In fact, the idea of Actuate, even next year, we're thinking of creating an online marketplace, such as the one that you built already with a delivery system. So if you have
Sure.
built it already, we don't have to build it. All you have to do is we go into partnership with it. See? Because
Yeah, that would be great.
now there's one thing that's going to tie all of us together. It's called the blockchain, right? The payment system. Because when you have those international denominated currencies like Kenya shilling, Tanzanian shilling, it becomes a messy situation for when you say, like, what I ask you, if someone is in Tanzania and wants to buy something that is in Laikipia, Kenya, they still have to go through, currency exchanges. But the blockchain solves all that. We have one currency, like the actual token itself. So what we are working on, and we're going to be working on in 2025, is a way of integrating actual token into the payment mechanism, such that instead of people paying with just Kenya shillings, they can pay with actual tokens. Meaning that if someone is in, say, United States and wants to buy something from someone in Kerisha, all that person needs to send is actual tokens. and see, this is the tokens, or you say the blockchain money or cryptocurrency, is the money for international trade. See? Yeah. And so as you're working on this, so there are two things that maybe I'll request you to find out even how to do it. One is that delivery system. It's called an order fulfillment system. Let's just call it that way. The second one is how to integrate a smart contract so that people can accept payment using blockchain money. Whether it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Dogecoin, whatever it is, but that money is extremely versatile. It moves like what? It's boundaryless or borderless, that anyone can accept it anywhere. Yeah. So, but tell me, what do you know about that type of money, the blockchain money?
Cryptocurrency. I'm very conversed with it.
Yeah.
So actually, it was another strategy how we can incorporate blockchain technology just to streamline the supply chain and to create that visibility of every transaction that occurs. So and another to mention about cryptocurrency in terms of convenience when it comes to trade. It's really key. It's a factor to consider, especially in this current age, and we are really looking forward to incorporate that. But yet again, now that HBC are coming on board, already, as much as yes, I've presented my project to them, they have vast amount of information of even how to make it better, and they're having all the networks that I can really need. So what I've done, I've just presented my side of view, but definitely from their end, they're having the muscle, both financial and expertise.
Yes. So when HSBC is a funding organization, because it's a big bank, it's one of the largest investment banks in the world. So so that, because of course they're also very clever people, they can shortchange you. Just that's how they make their money, by taking a lot from people. Yeah, they are nasty. So I'm not saying they're going to be nasty to you, but just be cautious. But they have money.
But again,
if you have
now that you have some interest, probably you can come in as a negotiator.
Yeah, because let me tell you, these guys, they know what they want. They are domineering, let me say. And that's why they put people in competition so much. All those projects they're saying that they have failed, they actually have not failed. According to them, that is a lot of there's a lot of resource. You could sell raw materials that they're going to put teams in their own companies to work on them. But then they give, eventually they fund a few. After maybe having 200 projects being presented, you get only a few getting funded. But now you are among the few who's getting funded, but then you want to make sure that you get the full funding. So the full funding is market development. As you can see, this type of projects requires some serious capital investment. Okay.
Sure.
To get, first of all, to get the staff to develop human resource, let's say, to develop those technologies, to write them. So you need the technology itself and to maintain it, the ones you've already created. And then you need technology for payment technologies, people to guide it. And of course, then if you're talking about the blockchain, you have to make sure also they are willing to work with blockchain, because HBC is a traditional finance company. But I think London, and of course being also a Bank of Hong Kong, it's open to blockchain or cryptocurrency. But if they're open, that'd be very, very good, because they're not going to tell you that, no, you cannot touch crypto. You see, because a company that will go straight away and tell you crypto is a no, we're not touching that. But I think HBC, I'm not sure, but that's the only thing I've not heard from the news. I don't have any physical evidence, but I think HBC is okay with blockchain or crypto. And you can tell them that you're doing it as an experiment for Africa, because Africa has so many tools, so many tiny currencies. If you have one universal currency that's tying out the whole continent, that means the market is very, very big. Okay. And then you want them to include the funding for creating an application for the delivery system. Okay. Because that delivery system, something like Uber, you see how Uber works. It will activate. It will activate any driver anywhere. So instead of relying now on security call, then you can actually activate any one on a border. So you see, the border association, it's not even the association itself you need anyone with a border and a cell phone can participate. Yeah, anyone with not even border, even somebody on foot. For example, if there's someone who is registered on your system and has agreed to deliver products and is on foot, they can take them from one house to the next, from door to door, deliver. See? So that, if that is integrated into the marketplace, but you need money also to fund that, which is going to be money for writing the tech itself, for the delivery system, which is an application just like this one that you've done for the marketplace. But then it is connected to the geolocation services like the maps on Google that can locate you where you are, and then ask you whether you can deliver a product from one person's house in a certain location to a nearby location where you live.
Sure.
Yeah, and that application should be able to select the type of delivery, whether the delivery is on foot, the delivery is by motorcycle, by bicycle, by truck, or by large truck, or even air transportation, because the software would be smart enough to know that if somebody is buying just one tray of eggs, those ones can be delivered on foot or even on a bicycle by someone from house to the next house, or someone in a neighborhood. But sure, if you're buying a whole bunch of bags of coffee that have to be shipped to the United States, you see, that's different. So that is money that you will need to build such a delivery system, or maybe find partners. But I believe that, and when you do that, and then integrate, now for us, we in Actuate Foundation, our concern is translation science. We would like to work with you to help you translate that knowledge into a product, commercial products. Work with you, and then integrate the Actuate token itself. Where the Actuate token is critical for this is because for every transaction, that whenever people buy something or with the Actuate token, a small fraction of that money will be set aside into a health risk pool. Health risk pool. That means that it becomes like a prepaid health insurance. That when you're selling your own eggs the normal way, without thinking, the eggs are actually paying for you health insurance. That when you go to see your doctor, all you need to do is flash your QR code, and then you see your doctor without paying a cent, because it's already paid by the eggs that you sold. It took a small fraction of the eggs that you sold. Okay, so that's the way I see this kind of thing happening. Very beautiful. Because we believe that this was we call the economic development of the individual. That being for the individual to get paid the value of the work that he or she does every day is it's the greatest cause of health improvement. We can only achieve. You see what people are they complain about this NHIF and SHA and CHIP and something like all that. It will go away when we use the blockchain judiciously to extract money from the value that people are producing every day. But you cannot extract money where there's no money, there's no value that is being paid for. It is by people selling things online through your system that people sell the products of their labor, and then
so that means from their daily transactions, an amount is deducted to cover health
from every single transaction, and that is known as universal health coverage. So everybody who is having something to sell, or anybody who is transacting the Actuate token, will get a health coverage. And I believe we can achieve this vision by 2027. We work together. Okay, that's why I'm excited now to know you. You guys are very, very far ahead, and you have. So you can say that is how your system, the Mtaa Farm, is going to contribute to universal health access or universal health coverage. So you can put that also on your shoulder and say we are built for universal health access, because people cannot have health access, or they cannot access health without money. Regardless of how, you see, we have a government made of funny guys who are trying to ask people to pay money to contribute to the NHIF. But those people themselves don't have money. They don't have employment. Where will that money come from? Well, now you see, but the blockchain is, because the blockchain is decentralized finance, it gives access to everybody to do those kind of things in the community. Yeah, how about that?
It's a really interesting concept, really is. And already, as I've mentioned, we are having a digi health technology too, which we targeted. It was supposed to cover maternal health. So it's something that we can really try to pilot on that, and see its uptick. Yeah.
So what you say, if you focus just on the not online marketplace, because you have HSBC, and a choker, okay?
Yeah.
And you can build a whole network, and you can get funding through it. Then maternal child health will happen spontaneously. Why? Because maternal child health means that those women in the community are able to sell what they produce, the products of their labor. It's all they have to do is take a photo and then the system itself is putting money aside for the women to, when they go to the clinic, they can actually afford to pay their clinicians or for the vaccinations or whatever. Even they can even have money to go to the clinic itself, which is known as realized access. So if you see now what happens now, the technologies that are fundamental to maternal child health, fundamental technology is what you already, that entire farm itself, technology is fundamental to maternal child health, because there is no maternal
Sure.
health if the mother cannot sell what she produces, or if she has to go out there on the street and sell boga, like we call mama boga. I don't even know there's such a person called mama. But you understand that women are struggling so much that they have to go in the nearest town centers to on the street, and that's why they're trying to sell their goods, and just to get some money to come back home and feed their family. What you're saying, and I imagine what you call it mtaa. Mtaa is a street, but we put a H at the end. Yeah, mtaa.
Yes. Yes.
Is that? It's like
Mtaa,
that's.
mtaa, yeah. Mtaa means home. Yeah. So
Mtaa, home like estate. Yeah.
yeah, mtaa
So
means home. Yeah.
is that what it means? It means street in English, in Swahili.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It should be straight, but just give it a bit of a twist, kidogo.
Oh, with the H, that's why. That's why it has got a H. But
Yes.
the actual meaning, I think, that you're trying to say is that taking that market that's on the street, you know, where mothers come and lie a small gunia on the street and they put their potatoes, their kasuku, and they're selling there. Now you are taking it online, okay? And we see the struggle of women to feed their family, to produce maternal health. They go to the mtaa. And then those askaris kajo, when they come around, they find them with that trying to sell things on. What do? First of all, they kick them around like they don't care, and they beat them. They run away. So anytime askari show around, askari wakajo, they're called kajo in Akuja. People go like they are being attacked by terrorists. So kajo is terrorizing our own mothers when they are trying to ensure maternal and child health. See? So to now for you, you're saying that you're solving that problem instead of mothers getting harassed by Kajo police, even by the sunshine, because even by laying goods on the street, it doesn't mean that they're going to sell much. Now you're taking that street onto the web, on the information superhighway itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
See that? So
Yes.
that's very, very profound work you're doing. So it's like, what I'm saying, you don't want to spend a lot of time doing so many other things. You concentrate so much on that mtaa, and you want to see how much powerful it is. Now you see what you're saying is you're building the Amazon.com. You know Jeff Bezos?
Yes. Yes.
Amazon.com. Yeah. So Amazon, he started off that way. That was 1994. So, but the reason Amazon grew that way is because Jeff Bezos stayed focused. He was selling only books, and people were telling him, "Oh, who cares for a book online? I mean, how can anyone buy a book online, a book that you have not touched and browsed?" And what are they saying now, today? So Africa needs this, all of Africa, and Africa then needs one currency to unite all that, so that people, when people are paying all the any transaction that's happening, the money is dropping into a health risk pool, and then they mean that the healthcare is paid for, because the healthcare system itself does not grow like it does not grow like vegetables or like fruits like you can sell to the market. Healthcare system is a consumer thing. It only consumes. But what does healthcare consume? Healthcare consumes the money that have been made by people selling the things that they produce.
Yes.
By the value of the work of the people getting represented on everyday basis or minute by minute. Okay, so that's what I would say. And that's how I understand Mutar. You're taking the street market online and giving a lot because whenever even if they're in the villages, they still have to take their vegetables, burgers, and potatoes out on the street, try and sell them or try to put them in the market. But that doesn't happen. It doesn't occur well. Mhm. All right, I think we have talked quite a bit, but thank you so much. So
Thank you.
remember, we
You
have a summit coming.
You said you're based in Boston.
Yeah, I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. Oh, probably you can just share your contact, your phone number. Maybe you can chat further on WhatsApp.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
Barbara knows my contact. She'll get in touch with us.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sure. Great interaction. Great interaction.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, and this is very good. So first of all, I just want you to know and appreciate that you're creating a seriously revolutionary product, and do not let anyone tell you something different. Anyone tell you something different, tell him just go away and think, go somewhere else. But you do not want to listen to anyone telling you that, because I can tell you that is the root of economic development, not just for the family, but for the entire nation. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Thank you, Mr. Masharia.
You're most welcome.
Right.
And so, Barbara, back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Masharia, and thank you very much, Omami, for your insights and expertise. And I think we continue to get inspired as we drive our initiatives forward. And particularly to Mr. Wabala, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and impactful work that is happening at Vabais, and we are honored to have you as part of our journey. And I think I'm going to take this chance to welcome Diana Amondi to give the summit announcements. Diana, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Barbara, kindly confirm if I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'm going to take you through the
Yeah. Hey, Dan disappeared. Barbara, can you hear Dan?
I think her network knocked her out, so I'll just proceed to give the summit announcements.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to inform everyone about an exciting update regarding the upcoming Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit. And this update is to ensure greater accessibility and inclusivity for participants worldwide for the summit. And initially, we had planned to have the summit at Kenyatta University, which would be an in-person event. But now it's going to take place virtually. And this shift is going to allow us to connect with a global audience and overcome a bit of people who won't be able to come to the summit physically, but would wish to attend the summit online. And also we want to deliver a summit that is seamless and have an interactive experience. And this virtual summit is going to feature a robust lineup of speakers, panels, and networking opportunities. So I want to ask everyone to stay tuned for further details, including the way we are going to conduct the summit via the virtual platform, which will be Zoom, and the agenda. And together we are going to be committed to stay leveraged towards blockchain, decentralized finance, and artificial intelligence to transform health and human development. And then maybe I can ask our CEO to give a few remarks about the summit, and then we can close the meeting. Dr.
Oh, yeah. Few remarks about the summit. So you'll see this, we're experiencing a major pivot from a physical in-person meeting to a 100% virtual meeting. virtual event. And we have found that this fit necessary because a lot of people are not, they are not able to make it to the in-person, to the amphitheater in KU. And we have the technologies for doing virtual meetings very effectively, like we are doing right now. And number two is that the meeting, the virtual meeting becomes totally decentralized. And we are talking about decentralized finance. So it's alignment of our philosophy in decentralization, decentralized finance, and decentralizing the summit itself. So the summit has caught up with us, I think so. And that has excited a lot of people who are wondering now, let's say, who are wondering how they're going to deal with the logistic issues of traveling accommodation in Nairobi for 4 days. You don't have to worry about that. You just stay at home and enjoy the full summit. You get the full benefit. And in fact, much more effective because you're not going to be stressed about how to get there, where to sleep, what to eat when you're there. Is that you'll be cooking your own food. And so now being a virtual event, it will even have greater reach than, say, the amphitheater itself can only accommodate 3,500 people. But when the summit is streamed online, it can now be, it can reach tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Because not only are we going to stream it by Zoom, that's the first instance, it's also going to be restreamed at the same time, simultaneous streaming through YouTube. So you just need to log into your YouTube and you can follow the summit. That doesn't take a lot of bundles. And it's also going to be streamed through the other social media outlets like Facebook, of course, Facebook, and LinkedIn and Twitter, and even Instagram. And so you can see that gives the summit a very, very broad spectrum of viewers. LinkedIn in particular, LinkedIn has got lots of people who are interested in this, and they are very excited that now we are doing the summit virtually. Okay, and now that now helps them to actually acknowledge the technologies that we are talking about by producing the summit in virtual spaces as such. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much about this because this is important news. So in order for you to participate in the virtual spaces, of course, if you're in Actuate Nation, you get this link for the Zoom meeting, so you can join it through Zoom. But you're not going to advertise Zoom meeting on Facebook and YouTube and other places, because there are other people called hacksters who can enter into the Zoom and start messing around with the event. So what you're going to do is that for those people who want to be in the Zoom meeting itself, like now the Zoom experience, that means the first level of participants, then you want to make sure that you're in Actuate Nation so that you can receive the link to the Zoom. Even the workshops themselves are going to be all of them by Zoom, because Zoom is able to create a complete meeting with the workshops. And then for the people outside, say for example, through the social media, we are going to invite them to participate in the summit through the live session on YouTube Live, and then LinkedIn Live. So LinkedIn Live session. So as soon as summit begins, the LinkedIn goes live, and YouTube channel also goes live, and you can actually follow there. Now, if you want to say something and you have questions to ask, you can ask questions in the YouTube live chat, or even LinkedIn live chat, or even Twitter chat. So yeah, and so we're going to have teams of people monitoring those spaces, responding to questions, so that we are kind of in the same room even if we are in different location. How beautiful is that? We're in different places, but we're in the same room. Now that room is called the cyber room in the cyberspace. Yeah, that's what I would like to add about that. Thank you so much, Barbara. And thank you, Mr. Let's see. I keep forgetting how to say it. Omani.
Omami.
Omani. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Sorry. I called you Mister. It's Doctor. Sorry, my apologies.
Don't
Dr.
worry.
Macharia.
I was always a minister even since I was born. You know that. I was 2 years old when I started. I'm kidding. When I was 2 years old, nobody called me Mister. They called me Manga.
All right. Great.
That's funny. Yeah. So it's all right. So yeah, let's have a good one. And let's meet the summit. And now we don't have you as a speaker in our summit, do we? Will you be presenting this project at the summit, or we should figure out how to make sure that you present it as well?
Is that question directed to me?
Yes.
I'm open. You just let me know.
Okay. So right now we have the summit full of speakers, but you never know. But well, you invited. At least we need to talk about. But of course, we are going to talk about later in privately. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So thank you so much, and I think that's all. Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Macharia, for that. I just want to remind everyone that this is a learn to earn program where we teach you and reward you with Actuate tokens, and those Actuate tokens that you receive are meant to be used for the creation of liquidity pools. And with that being said, our session on blockchain today will be about liquidity pools and how you can be able to create a liquidity pool. So remember to join us at 8 p.m. to learn how to create your liquidity pool. And I'll be sharing the attendance form so that everyone can take a moment to fill it out. And once the forms are completed, the meeting will be adjourned. So thank you very much, everyone, for your audience and active participation. Let's continue to build together. See everyone at 8 p.m. for the blockchain class.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
You're most welcome.